Welcome in, everybody, to another episode of the DNVR Rapids Podcast, and we are live coming at you from the Toyota Lounge here in the DNVR headquarters on just a smoky day in Denver, Colorado.
Smoke is not helping my
Smoke's
cough.
not helping. No,
Not
it's
helping
not
my
helping
cough.
at all. Toyota, driven by your friend's Toyota stores. Toyota's the official vehicle of DNVR. Welcome in. We're hanging out today. Got a nice little show for you, and I'm joined, Mitchell Carroll, your host, joined by downtown Duane Brown.
What's up, everybody?
Whoa, that's a new energy.
Man, I'm excited for...
Hey, no, I love it. That's perfect.
I like that sound effect.
How you doing, Duane?
I'm good. Man, we got Rapids soccer coming back.
Yeah.
We've got Olympic soccer happening.
Ooh, some fun Olympic soccer.
All kinds of other crazy sports that I enjoy, but I only get to watch when it's Olympics time.
Right. We'll get into that.
Yeah. It's fun. It's fun for TV time right now. TV time is
Sports
good.
all day.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I
it's
love
been
it.
like that all summer.
It's just fun.
We had Euros into Olympics.
Yeah.
And it's like no breaks in the sports schedule for footy fans, at least.
Always got something on in the background. It's
The
nice.
rest of our office whines about how there's nothing going on in the
I'm
summer.
having a blast.
And yeah, there's Copa, there's Euros. I'm not even much of a footy fan, as you know, but
You're here.
I'm here.
Got super producer Tiff on the ones and twos today. Converted footy fan soon. Guys, we got a lot to talk about. I was out at DSGP already today for the Leagues Cup presser. Talked to Cole Bassett. Talked to Coach Chris Armas. We're going to talk some Olympic soccer as well. We have Djordje on a tear. The men making the knockout round for the first time since was it Sydney? No, Athens. 2000. Where was 2000? Athens.
Yeah.
Or Sydney.
I think so. I don't know.
Doesn't matter. That's how long it's been. Djordje got him there.
16 years.
The winning goal in both games, although they were both very early in the game. Good for them. Colorado women are flying with the U.S.
Holy
team.
smokes. How
The
amazing.
second highest scoring country.
Can
Colorado.
Can Colorado adopt Trinity?
I
Just
would like
so we
to.
could have
I wish.
the four just absolute bruisers of soccer. Right
Yeah, they've
now.
been amazing. So we're gonna get into Olympic talk. First, let's talk some Leagues Cup. You've been watching Leagues
talk
Cup?
some-
Let's start there. You've been watching Leagues Cup at all?
I have not.
Well, not
Look,
the best
man,
way to start a Leagues Cup conversation. Can't lie.
Well, here it is. You know I'm waiting
Sure.
for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, I'm Rapids. That's what I'm watching.
Sure.
It's unfortunate for Leagues Cup for me that it happens right during the Olympics.
Sure.
So
Yeah, it's a hard sell when
it's
the
hard.
U.S. women are doing the team event, and I'm like, hey, you want to watch Austin Monterey?
Yeah, am I
and the
gonna watch-
wife's like, no.
or do you want to watch USA play soccer? And it's like,
yeah. MLS showed up this year.
Yeah, so far they've
Last
been great.
year, MLS got their ass kicked. And you look at a team like Austin, which I just brought up. They beat Pumas game 1. Beat Monterey game 2. Monterey, you're reigning CONCACAF champions. And it's pretty cool to see.
Yeah.
It gives, I asked Cole Bassett today, do you find some confidence in the rest of the league? Because they're almost playing last, right, of anybody. How much confidence can you find in seeing the MLS come into this stronger than last year? And of course, he gave us we're focused on our game, blah, blah, blah. But that they're seeing Liga MX come up here and get their butts kicked, right? And Leon's no joke, but Monterey just lost to Austin, and Austin's not very good. The Rapids killed Austin.
I am super surprised that the Austin wins.
Yeah.
Very, very surprised. And that's not a dig on Austin. It's just you look at last year and then you look at Austin not even being at the form they were last year. It is surprising to me. Very, very surprising. Like I'm at like a 9 or 10 out of my 1 to 10 surprised level on that.
I mean, last night Montreal beat San Luis, Minnesota wins, Austin wins, Pachuca did beat Red Bull, but Portland beat Leon, NYCFC beat Querétaro, San Jose beat Guadalajara, New England beat your Mazatlan.
Boo.
Inter Miami won. LAFC beat my club Tijuana. Austin beat Pumas. I mean, you have just wins on wins on wins. Now, there was a lot of MLS on MLS in that first round of games. So, we'll see a lot more. It's not just Portland Rapids. Tomorrow, today, you got Charlotte's playing Cruz Azul. That should be a good one. Dallas and Juarez. Mazatlan, Nashville, and BJ Callahan's debut as the coach in Nashville. I'm actually kind of excited for that. I might tune in for that one.
Be a pretty good one.
Tigres, and then there's a couple Mexican matchups as well. How excited are you? I mean, we're always excited when the Rapids are on.
Yep.
But is there anything extra to a Leagues Cup match for you? Do you feel any juice from this tournament so far?
Normally, I would. Like last year, there was extra for me for Leagues Cup because everything else was going so poorly. It was like, oh, here's something that could be like a distraction. Now I feel it's like I just not for the club, just for Duane. Like I feel it's a distraction in the other direction. Like
right.
I'm all in on MLS right now, and it's like, how far can we push up the table? Can we get the home playoff game? I'm so focused on MLS right now with the Rapids because they're playing so well that Leagues Cup, just for my brain, is a distraction being so focused on MLS.
Better hope the Rapids get out of group because if not, it's a 25-day break.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's a long time to wait. Now, I'm sure the guys are like, sweet, I'm going to the beach. See you later.
Yeah, and good for them. They've earned it, and maybe a break is good. Like, that's the thing. Like, I personally like the bracket. I did the Leagues Cup bracket. I have them I not only have the Rapids getting out of the group, I have them winning the group. Yeah. So I think it's totally possible we get out of the group. But
this game almost doesn't matter. You get out of the group if you beat Leon at home.
Exactly.
So, I mean, obviously this game matters. You lost to Portland in embarrassing fashion to start the season.
Sure.
You want to right that wrong. This team's been good on the road. This team's in good form. I think they're better than Portland. So you should look forward to this game. But really, the game is Leon. That's the game.
Yep.
Talking to the guys today. One, Cole said he's been nursing an ankle injury for a month. Couldn't tell by his play. He's been balling.
Yeah, I was a little shocked to hear that.
Yeah.
When you tweeted that out this morning. That's the other side of it, right? It's like, well, if we don't make it out of group, then Cole's ankle gets more time to heal.
Yeah, so. He was off to the side. He was actually the ref in a 7-on-7, awesome. Which I thought was hilarious. He's off to the side in training last week. Not a. I don't think it's anything to worry about. It's just when you play a lot of soccer, your parts you were going to hurt.
You run 5,000 miles in
he
half
has
a
run
season.
5,000 miles. Don't fact check us.
I think that's the official number.
But overall, there's just a confidence to him.
Sure.
Coach put it. We got our first trophy. Or no, this was Cole. We got our first trophy. There are 2 more out there. Right? And so this is a team that's going to go for it. Yeah. I don't know if you caught that Backfield article that came out about Armas with that interview, which I thought was really insightful. And that was kind of his message in that too, is we're going for it. Doesn't matter what game, doesn't matter what opponent. We know we can score with anybody. We have the attack to do it. Now that attack is a little damaged. We can get into that here in a sec, but it's nice. It's funny because we were more hyped on Leagues Cup last year probably as a pod.
Yeah, because it was other soccer to watch.
But we should be more hyped because we actually have a good team to watch going into this tournament. Last year it was like, oh, maybe we get a result. And it's like, what? No way.
Yeah.
You know, they got smoked by Pachuca. Found some against Nashville. It was close, but not close enough. You know, and Hani Mukhtar did Hani Mukhtar things. No, I mean, I'm so excited for this game. And you have guys in form, you know, and I asked Chris about that. You know, the last few weeks, you've seen Sam Vine score a goal.
Yep.
Right? You saw Jonathan Lewis come out of nowhere and play his best ball since 2021. You have Yappy finding the back of the net, 5-hole in the keeper, you know? It's really cool to see those. That's how you win tournaments like this. That's how you find some juice at the end of the season is, okay, Cabral's out, right? Djordje gone. Kamani injured and then gone. But that's okay because Jonathan Lewis is going to come out of nowhere and have, you know, over a goal contribution a game. You know, no big deal. Yeah. And there's just a confidence between Armas, Cole, the club. You feel it walking in and talking to just folks that work there. There is, I don't know if confidence is the right word for them, but there's just a positive vibe to everything happening in that stadium, from the offices to the pitch to the training ground. And ride that through to this, right? You have to win. You have to win against Leon, right? That's the guaranteed way through. But wouldn't it be nice to get 3, right? Like, if you get 3 against Portland, you can draw again. You know, like, oh, I guess it doesn't draw. You just go to Penn. So yeah, win. You know, it's fun to know that. Is there any player, right, knowing no Djordje, knowing no Kevin? Beaudry was awesome last night. We'll talk about that later. No Kamani, like I said. Who do you think can kind of surprise us and be one of those guys that you need to step up late in the season?
I think it's Johnny Lewis.
It has to be, right?
Yeah. Like, it's, you know, there was a little bit of concern when we started to see Harris get an injury and then Cabral goes down and it's like, oh no, like, what are we going to do on the wings? And then J-Lu comes out and, I mean, all he does is have 4 goal contributions in 2 or 3 games?
In 3 games, yeah. They gave it an MLS assist too, so it was 5 and 3.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's like Johnny Lewis for, you know, all of the verbal beating he's taken
right here
on Twitter, right here on the show.
I'll say it first.
Yeah, has done nothing but give the middle finger to the haters. Like,
me, I'm the hater.
Big giant middle finger. And it's like he you know, he's done nothing but show up for the club and look really good while doing it. And I think moving forward, like, he's still going to be one of those pivotal guys that, you know, it's been kind of the story of this season, right? Mm-hmm. Oh no, Bombi's out doing amazing freaking penalty kicks for Canada. What are we going to do?
The second penalty kick taker for Canada.
And it's like, what are we going to do? And like Lawless just like, guys, I got it. You know, remember me? Lawless, you know. I've
been awesome. I'm a fan favorite. Me. Yeah.
You know, and now it's the same on the wings. You know, Johnny Lewis shows up and he's like, hey guys, I'm still here. I got this. And I think it's going to be, you know, we've seen that story play out a few times this season. I think that's going to continue. I think it's probably Lewis's. It's going to, obviously, this is what I love about this team is it's not about the guy. It's about the team. You hear that from Chris and Bassett and everybody else. But like, as we look at individual contributors who are going to come out that we haven't seen yet, it's going to be Johnny Lewis.
You know, going into the season, Johnny Lewis in a contract year with some maybe unproven wings around him or underperforming wings around him was like, oh man, are we going to get a Johnny Lewis season? Right? Like he's going to want a good contract on his next contract, whether that's here or elsewhere. My guess is elsewhere, just based on having U22 slots available and Calvin getting better and Omir and Kevin and Kamani in the wings kind of waiting for a spot pun intended. And we haven't really been able to have the Johnny Lewis conversation because he was hurt early, was out of the rotation. He had that handball, one of the worst handballs, dumbest handballs that, gave a game away early in the season. And, we're sitting here now come Leagues Cup time saying, man, we really need Johnny Lewis to come through for us. And it's a trip. And, that it's funny how sports works out like that sometimes, where it's time to rely on someone you weren't ready to rely on.
Yeah.
Right. God, I sound like a Broncos fan right now. It's really cool to see. I'm happy for Johnny. Our job is to analyze, and when it doesn't go well, we talk about it, and when it goes well, we get excited as anybody. So, sure. I think it's a big deal that he's playing well, and obviously the engine is Cole, right? Especially with no Djordje, the engine is Cole. Can Cole drive the ship? Can he can he increase that connection he has with Hoffa, right? Can we get another Sam Vines, Cole Bassett connection with the bow and arrow celebration? It's exciting. I'm excited for this game.
For sure.
Portland is a different team. Added a DP striker since we played them. They're playing better than they did at the start.
Last time,
less injuries. That being said, the Rapids are now on the end of the conversation, but they're getting mentioned when it comes to who can win the Shield, right? And Portland's not there, right? There are more expectations with this club. They're a better run of form for this club. They have the most XG in the league. There's no reason to doubt this team going into this group, especially when you compare it to last year.
For sure.
And I think this is another chance for Chris Armas to state his case for Coach of the Year. Not that I think it needs it, right? Like, that's the thing, is it's kind of absurd how little his name has been thrown around in Coach of the Year conversations.
Insane.
I'm sorry. If you're coaching Barcelona 2.0, you don't get to be in freaking Coach of the Year. Oh, yeah, let me draw this play up for Messi.
I had to work so hard to get Messi to score a goal. Right? My greatest tactical achievement was putting Messi on the field.
Right.
Ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. And so, it's another chance for him to add to that resume, more spotlight on this team. And as our guy Crash the Car said in the Toyota chat, presented by the 2024 4Runner, KSE, if they see I know they see the turnaround. I know they've seen how well this team is playing. But now if they see how well this team does in a tournament setting, right? If they say, "Oh man, they made a little bit of a run here. Maybe it's time to fill one of those U22 slots before MLS play gets going again."
Yeah.
Maybe it's time to really look at what you have and what you need, and add another piece to this group. And that only comes with a big performance here, right?
Gosh, wouldn't that be incredible? Like KSC just going, "Oh man, look, we have the Rapids. They're good. Let's make them, push them over the hill to cement some championships."
They have broke their club record for signings for the last
opened the
for two windows. So
they've opened the wallet. So that's what I'm saying. If they've done that already, and now they're like, "Oh,
give them a reason to keep it going."
Yeah. Like let's keep dumping some money out on this.
Absolutely.
Would be, gosh, that would just be and I say this in context of last year with all of the back and forth.
Totally.
That would just be the wildest thing ever.
It's not like Kroenke traditionally for the Rapids to spend their way out of a rut.
Yeah.
Right? It's usually cut costs, strip it down, build it back up, and instead they kind of went the other way. So another run here. Maybe they break out the wall before the end. On the other side of this break, we are going to talk about the Olympics. But first, we've got to talk about our friends at Lucy Nicotine. Now, usually we have Yaya here. He can speak to that with me as a fellow nicotine guy.
I did come in, and the first thing I saw on your chair was your laptop. The second thing I saw in your chair was that Lucy
Was
container.
Lucy, baby.
Travels with you wherever you go.
Look, I love Lucy. It's 100% pure nicotine. It's tobacco free. It's not like the other nicotine pouch companies that are, backed by big tobacco. They are a small company trying to force their way into it. And, I'm glad that they partnered with us and we can help spread the word because it's a great product. They have tons of options. They have pouches. They have gum. Pouches range all the way from 4 milligrams, which is me. I'm a bit of a baby when it comes to nicotine. I love it, but I can't do the 8s or the 12s. They have 12s, which is like, that's a lot to me. But if you're a nicotine guy, that 12 is probably hitting really well. So there's all sorts of flavors. My favorite is mango. I put my can right there on the set. I love the mango 4s. They have apple, ice, espresso, 2 different kinds of mint, berry. They have all sorts of stuff. And if you're not into pouches, get the gum. Get the gum. 2 milligram, 4 milligram, 6 milligram gum. Tons of options if you need to get your nicotine fix. You can do it multiple ways with Lucy. And you can get a subscription set up. So Lucy just arrives. If you know how much you go through, if you know you're stopping at the gas station, a couple times a week or once a day or wherever it is, if you know that's happening anyways, just subscribe to Lucy and it'll just show up at your door, which is a pretty awesome way to get that done. Tons of different ways to enjoy it. If you're on the golf course, if you're doing a podcast, if you're, trying to crank out some work in the office and can't get a break outside, just pop a Lucy in and you'll be set. Let's level up your nicotine routine. Go to lucy.co/rapids. Use promo code RAPIDS to get 20% off your first order. Lucy offers free shipping and has a 30-day refund policy if you change your mind. That's lucy.co and use code RAPIDS to get 20% off and always free shipping. Here comes the fine print. Lucy products are only for adults of legal age and every order is age verified. This product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. We are also brought to you today by our friends at Toyota. I love Toyota. I drove here in my Toyota today. I drove my wife's Toyota yesterday. We are a Toyota household.
Wow, you've got double Toyotas?
We are a Toyota.
We love a company man.
We're a Toyota household.
Company man.
We've been a Toyota household. My first car was a Toyota, and I've had Toyotas ever since. I haven't had a truck. I wish I had a Toyota truck. I love Toyota trucks. Toyota trucks are a huge part of what they do, and they're perfect for Colorado, right? They, you have the 2024 Tacoma. You have the Tundra iForce Max Hybrid. You can get the biggest truck they have and still be environmentally friendly. To me, that's win-win.
It's pretty cool.
And win again because having a giant truck's pretty awesome. So there's tons of cool stuff you can do. They're bringing back the Land Cruiser. If you're an off-roader, if you have some crazy road you like to go up in the mountains, the Land Cruiser's perfect for it. They have 17 models with all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive. Like the 4Runner, with winter coming up, you need that all-wheel drive. And they have more low and zero emission vehicles combined than any other automaker to give customers numerous choices to reduce their carbon footprint. There are 16 different hybrid vehicles to choose from, like the Tundra iForce Max Hybrid truck. Toyota SUVs take command on the road and on the trails so you can explore the road less traveled without sacrificing smooth city rides in SUVs like RAV4 and Grand Highlander. Visit your Front Range Toyota stores at a location near you. AutoNation Toyota Arapahoe and Centennial, Corwin Toyota in Boulder, Groove Toyota in Littleton, Mountain States Toyota in Denver, shout out, that's where we got our last Toyota, and Stevenson Toyota East in Aurora and Stevenson Toyota West in Lakewood. Toyota is a proud partner of the Colorado Rapids and the official vehicle of DNVR. All right, folks, we are back. DNVR Rapids coming at you on a beautiful Wednesday morning. Mitch, Duane, super producer Tiff on the ones and the twos. Let's talk some Olympics.
Yeah.
Let's talk
Olympics
some Olympics.
are fun right now.
Specifically, let's talk Olympic soccer. I mean, I could talk Olympics all day.
Oh, yeah.
Check out TDSB
likewise.
from yesterday. We talked a lot of Olympics. Me and D-Line and Andre over there. the U.S. comes out. They're the men's team comes out, first game of the men's tournament. You lose to France. You're in it, right? You have the first goal scoring chances of the game, the first real goal scoring chances of the game. Djordje hits the post on what, would have made it a much more interesting contest. They pull away. That's fine. I would consider them favorites in this or close to it. They're matched up with Argentina, so that should be fun.
That's for them.
That's the game of the quarterfinals. For me, that's a very interesting one, especially when you factor in the other side of their bracket is Paraguay and Egypt, right? So you're knocking out one of the big ones. You're letting another team get a run. So that'll be interesting there. But they come back against New Zealand, right? And you need a performance here, right? Like the U.S. men have not had a good run at the Olympics, right? They haven't made the Olympics.
Yep. They
haven't scored at the Olympics. They haven't advanced at the Olympics in this long. And yet, Djordje comes out. The Paredes draws the penalty in the box pretty early in that game. Djordje, I was worried that they wouldn't, put him up there, but he was the overage goal scorer on this roster. There was no doubt he was stepping up to that penalty spot. Absolutely buries it. I guess it wasn't the winner. New Zealand caught one later, but Zimmerman, on a eventual set piece, Zimmerman knocks one in. They end up winning 4-1. Feeling good. New Zealand, all you got is Guinea left up, right? Which they're another kind of amazing run. They were the last qualifier into the Olympics. They have some interesting players. They didn't win a game, but it's one of those moments where it's like it feels like that Trinidad and Tobago game, that the U.S. blew to go to the World Cup, where it's like you should win this game.
Yes,
there's no excuses. There are going to be changes if this is a loss, or if you can't get out of the group based on that, and Djordje makes no doubt of this. He, within the first 20 minutes? First 25 minutes?
It was early.
He gets what was basically the LAFC free kick he scored early in the season, a few yards back, a little more room to put the ball wherever he wants. Knuckles one into that top corner.
Gosh, it was pretty too.
And it didn't even matter. The keeper got some fingers on it, but that thing was a rocket. It was going into that corner no matter what, top in. And they ended up cruising from there. He didn't even play the second half. Like we're gonna save you for Morocco on this one on Friday. And it was a great performance. I thought Yao was really good. Paredes was really good. Aronson was really good. But Djordje specifically, 2 goals in 3 games so far at the Olympics. When we sat here, we said, some people said, get a goal, get an assist. We'll say that was a successful Olympics for you. I said he needs a moment more than any specific stat line. And what do you know? We got both.
Yeah. Gosh, he's having a hell of a season.
He is.
Just as a soccer player, both with the Rapids and now the Olympics. Started off a little slow in Colorado, and I think a lot of that was just figuring out the team how to get the ball to Djordje and realize, the integral part that he plays in, working up into the offense. Once that started to happen, he breaks out. Then the next thing that happens is he goes away to go play for the Olympics, and then shows up scoring the first goal in 16 years or whatever it was, and the first MLS player
since 2008.
Yeah, to score a goal in two back-to-back games. I mean, it's just everyone's always clamoring about MLS doesn't produce international worthy players, and like this team is stepping up for MLS, and Djordje is at the front of that.
Your 3 overage guys are all MLS guys, right?
Yep.
There are MLS talent up and down. Now, you have your Bucios and there are overseas guys. But Djordje, he had 16 goal contributions in 21 league games. Pretty nice to see.
Pretty nice.
Pretty good.
Nobody would be sad about that.
No notes on that one. He misses the St. Louis game because of accumulation, right? Mm-hmm. So that would have been his last game. Misses that. He misses Rocky Mountain Cup, misses the Galaxy game. Turns out they were fine without him. I mean, the Galaxy game ended up being good. It started poorly. But then, to take 16 goal contributions into there, and then, it's more than just, it's a penalty and it's a free kick. Okay. Like, some people might have room to knock that. It's not flow of play. It's not, but he's also putting dimes all over the field. Like, he is playing so well. He is in such a groove. And especially in these summer tournaments when you have, you look at basketball, and not to get too away from the soccer, but a guy like Jamal Murray with Canada, who famously loves his off season, loves not working out for a few months, shows up, and it takes a while to find a groove, right? But not the guys that are leaving one competition to go to another. He's flying, and he's keeping that going. And Morocco, they're a good club at through their youth system and to their senior team, but it's a winnable game, right?
Sure.
And so another Djordje performance, and you're looking at a chance at a medal. Right? All you have to do is win Friday, and you have the chance to come back, whether that's through the third place game if you lose to either Spain or Japan in the next round, or if you beat them, you have a shot at a gold. Yeah. And, it's all you can ask for. And I don't think losing to Morocco would be the end of the world for this team.
No.
But the way they responded to that game against France, you have to like their chances.
And I think going into this tournament, because of all the baggage, of the last 16 years or whatever, a loss to Morocco would be like, yeah, it's okay if we don't beat Morocco. But now that we see them showing up and winning games that have to be won, and then, just putting a beating on teams, it's, after, coming back from kind of messing up in game one, like I don't know. I would be a little disappointed if we lose to Morocco. Like, I didn't have any. I guess what I'm saying is, like, I didn't have like much expectations for the men's team,
right?
Because we didn't know what to expect. So I just kept my expectations pretty low, and they've been, kicking the teeth in of my expectations so far at the last two games, and so now it's like, I don't know. These guys are looking pretty good. Like, right. I want now. It's like, no, I want to win. Like, let's keep going. We can beat them. Like, for sure. Let's go. So, yeah, it's weird I don't know why. I've not been very high on U.S. men's soccer, as a lot of us, like a lot of us. So it's just very strange.
If you've
for
been
me.
a men's soccer fan in the United States, you know that it's always been a struggle.
And it's strange. What are these feelings that I'm having of
confidence, baby?
The men's national team to start winning, and that's kind of where I am. And it is a hell of a drug, isn't it? It's awesome. So
yeah.
I want a medal for these guys so bad.
Yeah, me too.
I want Djordje to get a medal so
Dude,
badly.
it would kick ass.
Ridiculous.
It would be awesome.
And like he'd bring it to, there'd be like before a Rapids game, like.
Oh yeah, of course.
There'd be the parade, Djordje parade with the medal.
Brings home a piece of the Eiffel Tower with him. It'd be pretty
I gotta
cool.
see it, man.
I know, me too.
I need this.
Too. Me too. That's Friday at 7 a.m.
Oh, is it that early?
Yeah.
Sheesh.
I will be watching from my couch. I will not be watching here at the DNVR bar. But yeah, we, I think if they advance to the semifinal, we will likely be doing some extra stuff here, whether that's
let's watch it together
or watch along into a post game or a post game. We'll figure that out after the fact. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Let's dig into the women real quick. But first, hey, if you guys are watching on Twitter, we love you watching on Twitter. Throw us a follow while you're there. But if you're watching on Twitter, jump into YouTube. Come hang out with us. Jump in the chat. Say what's up. Hit a like for us, please. It's kind of quiet in the chat today. Must be a busy Wednesday at the office for some some folks. But shout out to the fellas in the Toyota chat. Crash
Watching
and
the Olympics.
Z Sorge, whatever. Either way, it was nice to meet you too, buddy. Thanks for jumping in there. The women, man. Woo!
Holy smokes.
Woo!
All the feelings that you have towards the men, you're just like throwing those out the window because the women have always been good.
You don't have to worry about confidence when you're rooting for the U.S. women, right?
It's all
Turns out
expectation.
adding the best women's coach in the world to the best player pool of women's players in the world.
It's a good move.
Turns out,
wow,
that worked. Crazy. And Colorado especially showing out, right? In game one, the first 2 goals came within 70 seconds of each other, and it was Colorado to Colorado and then Colorado to Colorado. The next game, Sophia Smith gets 2. Swanson adds another. Swanson tied for the lead. Going into the third match of group play, she is tied for the lead in the tournament. Colorado women are pretty good at soccer.
Gosh, man, they just look so good. Like, they make it look so effortless, you know?
They're in the right place at the right time.
Yes.
Like, every time. There's almost no doubt that there's a play available.
Like, and I think it's what you're saying about, you know, you bring in one of the best coaches who's also very happy to be coaching. Like, been very upfront about, it'd be really nice to coach USA versus having to go every day,
right?
You know, with her former club. And now I have time to pick my kid up from school. And it's just, you know, it's that quality of life. She's happy. Now her team is like running full cylinders. Like, after those games, you always look, it's kind of like with the Rapids. Like, you always look to the players and they're always so happy, but then it pans over to the coach. You know, and it's like same with Rapids, and like they're just having, like, Emma Hayes is super happy, and then it's like Chris Armas super happy, and it's just like, it's fun to like be happy for the coaches too.
It's fun to have that level of, you know, it's really easy for players, coaches, people that have found success at the highest level to always have the game face on.
Yes,
right. Robin Fraser was the king of game face. Yeah. Always game face in pressers, game face at practice. You know, I think I saw him let his hair down. Well, he didn't have hair, but you know what I mean. He let his hair down once around us, you know, and that was like a team party thing, right? And so it's really cool to see that. You're right, and it's really cool to see Colorado showing out in multiple ways, right? You have obviously the captain with Haran, and then Swanson and Smith are the goal scorers, and then you have Djordje, you know, representing the Rapids. He's not Coloradan; he's from Florida, but via Serbia. And it's really cool to see, and that's, you know, we're gonna get very hyped here for anything to do with Colorado, right? That's kind of our MO. Not sure if you could tell, but DNVR,
perhaps,
we're very into Colorado, and you know, it's very cool to see Colorado and showing out, and that's why I'm always on our Twitter account on DNVR Rapids. Why I'm always Colorado does it again. Oh, Colorado's tough to beat. Because if soccer fans, which we know there are a ton of international soccer fans in Colorado, whether that's obviously at the national team level, we know because this bar is always chock full of American soccer fans, right? When it comes time for a big game. There's also fans of clubs overseas, right? But soccer at its core is a community-driven sport. Mm-hmm. And so if the Colorado women can shine a light on the sport here, maybe that throws some eyes over to the Rapids as they go into Leagues Cup and then the 8 games remaining in MLS before they probably host a playoff game, right? So they play at, I believe at 11. They play right after this show. I'm sure they'll win. I don't even know who they're playing. I forgot off the top of my head, but you know, they're gonna rock, man. It's different from the men where it's like, oh, sweet, we got into the knockouts.
Yeah, good for us.
Maybe we can have a shot at a medal. It's like, oh, the U.S. is back to being the dominant force in women's soccer. After a slight hiccup, right? After PK loss to a pretty good team in the last World Cup. It's good to see them bounce back like this. So, Wisconsin, our guy with probably the best user name on YouTube, Wisconsin15. You know of any 4 Denver FC updates? It's been relatively quiet over there. You hear some little stuff here and there. If I run into Jordan, I'm always bugging her for, what do you got? Tell us what's going on. Let me know. I'm sure there'll be some announcements moving forward, but, women's soccer is expanding, at a good rate, at all levels, right? Between USL, there's 2 levels in the USL, and then NWSL. So I think there's good momentum there. And like you said, if a women's team showed up in Denver, I think it
would go bananas.
I believe their attendance would eclipse the Rapids immediately. I think the and especially if you pull in a Smith or a Swanson or a Horan. Bring back the mayor of Golden. We need the mayor of Golden here.
Lindsay Horan has already said, like in interviews, I would love to play in my home state of Colorado. Like,
have fun in Paris, come back and get this team going.
Fully intends to come and play in Colorado.
It'll be awesome. All right, on the other side, we're going to play a little game, guys. We got a game to play. We're going to have some fun with the Olympics. But first, we have to talk about ourselves. It's my favorite ad read because I like talking about us. I like gassing us up. I think it's important. Events. We got a ton going on and coming up. And if you're a Denver sports fan, roll with us. It's going to be, there's so much to do in the next few weeks. To me, it starts with, there's a Rockies takeover coming up on the 17th of August. Little guy you might have heard of, Todd Helton, made the Hall of Fame.
That guy?
Not sure.
I think he was pretty good at baseball.
The Hall of Fame's a pretty big deal, brother. And they're honoring him. And the ticket you get with us, that's a pregame party at DNVR. Party bus over there with some Breck brews for free. Well, you paid for it, but free. Feels free.
Yeah.
We have tickets in section 205. The first 30,000 fans into the stadium get a Todd Helton bobblehead. And it is when I think of Todd Helton, it is the moment that I think of. It is when they swept the Diamondbacks to go to the World Series in 2007, where he has both hands up like this, his foot's still on first base behind him. Eric Burns is behind him with his face in the dirt, eating all the shit that he deserves.
Stupid.
Screw that
Burns.
guy. But you have Todd celebrating. That's so 30,000 fans. I think we can get in there in the first 30,000. I like our chances of that. So you have a chance of getting one of those. There'll be a pregame ceremony honoring Todd, and his Hall of Fame plaque will be there before officially going into the Hall of Fame. So you can go see that, get a picture, check it out. All those tickets can sign up over at thednvr.com/events. While you're there, check out the golf tournament we have coming up August 16th, the day before at Legacy Ridge in Westminster. Super fun course. 4-man scramble as always. We like to have fun there. Get your group out there. You get a cart, 18 holes, tons of games and prizes throughout the whole course. Last time we had a Toyota truck for a hole-in-one. Who knows what we'll do this time around, but we're working on some stuff, so it should be pretty fun there.
What a prize.
Great prize. Great prize. Yeah. Hole-in-one. Here's a limited edition Tundra. There's only 1,700 of these ever made. Pretty cool. You get a goodie bag and a limited edition ball marker. We'll have DNVR merch, golf polos, t-shirts, hats available to buy for mulligans. And then a little post-round party at Legacy Ridge after. It's a good time. Honestly, it's my favorite work day of the year because I get to golf.
Oh, so it's pretty tight. I don't even golf.
Yeah, I
go to them, and they're super fun.
Yeah, it's the best. So check that out. We also have the Buffs trip to Nebraska, and then tailgates. We have tailgates open for both the Buffs. Great location for the Buffs tailgate with parking spaces. So you can buy your tailgate and your parking in one spot. Head on over to Stadium after. And Broncos tailgates in the best tailgate location in the city. So go check that out. All of that is at thednvr.com/events. Make sure to check it out. There's a ton going on and it's super important. So do that. Okay. We're back. One more. No. That's our player of the game. No game to do a player of. We'll do that tomorrow night. Yeah, Duane will be producing post game tomorrow night. Late. That post game show is gonna start
late.
If there's no penalties, it will start at 10:45 p.m. So join us then. But we're back. DNVR Rapids. Duane here with Mitch, and of course, super producer Tiff, hanging out. We got a game we're gonna play. The Nuggets guys did this the other day. We thought it'd be fun to do it here as well.
Jump in the chats.
Jump in the chat. I'm gonna need to have my list here that Duane sent me because I
made a cheat sheet because there's a lot of sports to choose from. We're gonna pick what we think if they were not a soccer player.
Soccer's off the board, yeah.
Yeah, if they were not a soccer player, what would Colorado Rapids players be competing at in the Olympics? Because there are a lot of players and we only have so much time, I had to make the cutoff at you have to at least have started 2 games for the Rapids this season. So, of course,
has Yappy started 2 games?
He has.
Whoa.
I double-checked all these
you're right. He
players.
started in Seattle and somewhere else. Yeah. Good call. All right. We're going to kind of fly through these. Jump in the chat. Tell us which ones we got wrong or what your picks would be. We're going to start with our guy, Lawless Abubakar. Fan favorite. Athletic as hell. True gamer. You know, he'll show up on game day. Doesn't matter what the match is. Doesn't matter what the game is. But what do you got for Lawless?
I got rugby.
Oh!
Like, Lawless is just a big dude. Like, he's physical.
Not huge.
But there's small rugby players, like, you know, height-wise.
Yeah, because if you're big, you're an offensive lineman in football, right? So he kind of fits that profile.
But I just think Lawless is a guy who just gets down and dirty and could be a rugby guy. And for the same reasons you just said. Like, he shows up for the team. He's there. I don't know. I thought rugby.
I think that's perfect.
Okay.
No notes. Seb Anderson. I'm curious where you went with this. I am. I'm curious.
All right. You ready?
I'm ready.
Did you watch men's gymnastics the other day?
Of course.
There was one player.
Stevie Palms. Stevie Palms, dude.
We love Stevie
Palms. Like, I didn't put gymnastics. I put pommel horse.
I love that.
Because Seb is a guy who he doesn't always start, but when we need him, you know, he shows up. And he waits patiently until his number's called. And then he goes in and he balls out for the Rapids.
Love that.
I don't know. I just thought Seb's pommel horse guy. Like,
I think that's great. Great call. Absolutely great call. Okay. Duane, you're killing it.
I thought about it. The next one was very easy for me.
Interesting.
I'll give you a hint and I'll let you.
No. I'm going to let you go. Cole Bassett. You're cooking. I'm going to let you.
Think goal celebration. He has a couple, but think of the one that would be an Olympic sport.
Archery.
It's archery. Of course.
Too bad there's not team archery. We could just throw Sam in there.
I know.
But, you know, you're right. It's archery. Accurate.
Yeah. All right. Moist Bombito.
Well, hang on. I actually don't know if I agree with that.
There's a few that would work for Bassett.
No, you know what? I actually disagree, and I might have to overrule archery here.
All right. It's okay. What do you got?
Cole Bassett leads the league in distance ran.
Yes.
So I'm sorry. I have to say it's marathon.
You're going to go marathon?
I have to go with marathon.
Is there just a straight up marathon run? And I don't know if there is. But long distance, let's just do whatever the longest track event is.
Yeah, there's a marathon.
Okay.
It's a week from Saturday.
Okay.
But yes.
You're right. That's perfect.
It's a marathon.
We would have also, because of his because of the outfits for USA and the Cole Bassett Zoolander pose, we would have also accepted sailing.
Wow.
He just has the sailing vibes.
Yeah, I get it. But no, he has to go marathon. Has to.
Yeah, it's marathon. You're right.
He has to. He leads the league in running.
You're correct.
Moist Bombito.
He's the fastest man in the league.
Yes, it's sprinting.
It's sprinting.
Easy. Yeah. We'll go 100. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. I just wrote sprinting.
Yeah. I mean, if there was like, a 40, if there was a 40-yard option in there, because that's about how long he has to chase from midfield to a breakaway the other way. But yeah, we'll say the 100 for Bombi. That one's easy. We used to say Cabral would be the easiest one to say for sprinting, because he's probably the fastest guy I've seen until Bombi showed up. So
one that's not going to be first in your head for Cabral.
That's fine.
France is very good at this.
What is the most French sport we can give him?
This is one of them. What'd you say? That is correct.
Yep, fencing.
The thing that you have to be really, really good at for fencing, you think it's all about the foil or saber or whatever. It's footwork.
It's footwork.
And Cabral's footwork is through the roof.
I did after-school fencing for a year in elementary school. And I consider myself an expert now for the next couple weeks. And you're right, he'd be perfect at it. Yeah. So there you go.
I like that person that's like jumping around.
Yeah. He's doing the Halo jump.
I love it. Yeah. Yes. Oh my God. He's my favorite.
And it's a sport he can do one-armed.
Yes.
Right now. While he's in the sling.
Doesn't even need it.
Perfect.
God, I didn't even think about that. That is perfect.
Yeah. Up next, Sam Vines. And this is where I would say archery, because he's the other half of the bow and arrow celebration with Cole Bassett.
I was split on this.
Okay.
One, I had water polo.
Interesting.
He just looks like a water polo
He looks like
player.
a swimmer.
I had roommates who were water polo players in college, and Vines just has that look.
Okay.
The other one I had, because of the Colorado connection, which I could also see, Vines has those vibes, is climbing. Seems like he'd be a rock climber.
Ooh.
These are solely based on vibes. Like,
that's interesting.
Yeah, I have no actual sports connection to this. What do you think?
I had archery in my head.
Let's go with that, because we gave Bassett
just because of the
marathon.
goal celebration alone.
Yep. Let's go archery. He's the other half.
Yeah.
That one has more validity than my two just
than
running
your
on vibes.
College vibes.
Yes.
Yeah. Makes sense. Omir.
I have the most ridiculous one. Kids from New York.
Yeah.
It's break dancing.
Sign him up.
That's it. Super agile, super quick. He's from New York. That guy's a break dancer. Yeah, man. That's like the home of break dancing in the 80s, man.
Yeah.
I just saw him here. I was like, that dude's a break. I could see him on the streets in New York just throwing down and then throwing down in the Olympics.
Love that. Up next, Calvin Harris. I have one.
I have one too. Go for it.
He's a Brit.
True. That also played into mine.
We know the Brits love themselves the lawn games. And to me, it's tennis. He's super fast, great with his feet,
good.
Long, can get to it. I really think tennis is perfect for him.
That's good. I had road cycling.
Oh, that's another British.
He's just
that's
so
a very
fast
another British
and
thing.
British.
Yeah.
Like, I just had cycling. For
I'm cool
him.
with cycling. Yeah. Go ahead, road cycling or whatever you want to call that. For Harris,
you just put cycling. It's
cycling. Fine. Well, there's indoor, isn't there? And that's dumb.
Well, there's velodrome.
That's stupid.
No, velodrome is dope.
No,
are you kidding?
I don't like it.
That track is like that.
Doesn't make sense to me.
Oh my gosh.
I don't like it.
Do you like racing? Do you like bicycles? Do you like velodrome?
All right, fair enough. Zach Steffen. This one's fun.
This one was one of the easiest ones for me.
He's the only player on the field that's allowed to use his hands.
And he doesn't really catch the ball all that often, as much as he bats it away.
It's handball.
It's handball.
Easy. Handball. Probably the easiest one on the entire list. Nothing to even think about there. Jackson Travis.
I don't know a lot about Jackson Travis.
Me neither.
So I
talked him to a little bit, but that's about it.
I was looking at his hair game. Mm-hmm. I was looking at his height.
Okay.
And really just based on that and vibes, judo.
Ooh.
Like, I could see him like
athletic.
Athletic,
quick,
like, in the gi, like throwing down, the hair swinging around, throwing some kicks. He's good at kicking things.
Yeah, let's give him judo. All right. Wow, we are flying. Ollie Now this one's easy.
This is so easy.
This is what he does when anytime he gets a day off.
Like, he literally would do this if he wasn't playing soccer.
When he hurt his hand, he was pissed that he couldn't do this. It's golf.
Yes.
It's golf. It is. That's just what he does. He's a golfer. He's the best golfer on the team. He's also apparently a great hockey player for doing this in Winter Olympics in a couple years, which is kind of cool. It's cool that he was a great hockey player. He's a great golfer, but he's also a professional soccer player. Pretty tight. Good for him. Johnny Lewis up next.
I have boxing.
Fun.
I could see J-Lu as a boxer for sure.
I'm sure there's been an off season where he was like, I'm going to box this off season.
He's got some swag.
Yes.
Like, J-Lu's got the boxer swag.
Confidence.
The last season, he's kind of up on the ropes.
Yeah.
And now he's just come out swinging this season.
Love that.
I just see boxing.
Love that. Yeah. Boxing. Perfect. Jasper Lovelzund.
I want to know what you have for Jasper.
It has to be a European sport. Right? Gotta be. Which means, we're running out of stuff here. I don't know. What do you have?
I have BMX freestyle.
Is that an event?
Yeah. Along with breakdancing. There's 5 new events this year, and they're all crazy. And I'm looking at Jasper, like those interviews in the preseason. He's like always like joking around. He's just like cool guy, laid back, living sports vibes. He's got the hair going on. If he had some tattoos,
he does have a nice head of hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's give it to him.
I don't know. I just seem like a BMX guy. I'd put him on a BMX
but freestyle, bike. Not racing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He seems like he's got some creativity for that.
All right, good call. We're going to fly through these. Andreas Maxu. This one is easy.
He does this during Rapids matches.
Oh, this is where we disagree here. But go ahead.
I have wrestling because he's always putting dudes in half Nelsons, full Nelsons whenever the ref is not looking. You have something similar but different.
Volleyball.
Oh, I thought you had something. I
Put
thought
him
you were
on the
going like
net.
Taekwondo. Yeah, he would be great at volleyball too.
He's
so
huge.
tall.
Get those hands up.
True.
No one's spiking past Maxu.
That's true. I still feel wrestling because he's literally wrestling during.
And we don't
Rapids
really have
matches.
anyone else on here that I would put in wrestling. All right, give him wrestling. Good call. Love that. Love that. Okay. Djordje.
I had to think, but I came up with one that I felt good about.
Interesting. Tell us what that is.
Djordje is a guy who's like the anchor of the team right now.
Anchor? I think I
Yep.
know where you're going with this.
And but he's doing it for multiple sides right now. Rapids, national team.
Port and starboard, would you say?
No, I'm not going that direction.
Oh, you
but
said
I do
anchor
like that as
and
well.
you said port and starboard.
Anchor
so.
of the relay.
Okay.
Or he could be laying it down individually, and it's swimming.
Yep, perfect. Yep, perfect.
He's so clutch right now.
Absolutely.
And that's the key to the whole thing.
Dude, swimming relays are electric.
They're so much fun.
That is an act. Okay, so fencing is a meme. I am not a fencer, but I did swim in a junior college. So I love swimming.
Sure.
It's what I do for exercise.
Yep.
Outside of this, I love it. And watching those guys and knowing the level that they have to be at all the
Olympic
time.
swimming is so much fun.
It's one of those things that you just have to, you're always working out. You're working every muscle group. You're dedicated. It's a lifestyle thing. And Djordje seems to live that. So
Yes.
I'm in on that. Great call for Djordje. Hafa, easiest one on the board besides handball.
Maybe I missed it then.
It's beach volleyball.
Okay, mine's similar. It was all beach vibes and I went surfing. But
He's Brazilian.
Yeah, well, I went surfing. Like,
To me,
I agree. Let's
when
go
I
beach
think
volleyball.
Brazil,
Yeah,
I think beach volleyball. I had to watch the Brazilian beach volleyball already.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
I'm full in on that.
Yeah. Thanks. That's okay. We'll figure out a way to do it. Connor Ronan.
For run. Oh. I had kayak slalom. I don't know if you watched that.
Oh, yes.
But you have to be all over the place, and your head has to be on a swivel. Your arms have to be doing different things than your head's doing, and that's Ronan is just all over the place. I just feel like he's the one who could control that kayak through that.
Growing up in Golden, I would always make it down to Clear Creek when the kayak like events would happen and like competitions and stuff, because they have that slalom course right there at Lions Park. Super fun to watch. I like that for Ronan. Perfect. Kayak.
Yeah, you can just kayak. It's fine.
Connor, Keegan Rosenberry.
Curious what you have for Keegan.
I'm gonna let you go first.
Okay.
Because you seem to have one for everybody, and I'm still thinking on Keegan.
I do. What we know, even when you break down when they interviewed Keegan, when they showed Keegan the Djordje goal, the free kick yesterday, the first thing he did, everyone else was like, banger. Man, Djordje, great guy. The first thing Keegan does was, well, that's a little bit different. I saw how he's curving it a little different. Like, the dude's so heavy, he like almost reverse engineered it. And that's just such a Keegan thing to do. And a sport that is very much like mental, as in analyzing every little movement, was diving to get that kind of perfection. So I thought Keegan, you got to be super in your head.
Not artistic swimming. I'm just kidding. Yeah, diving's perfect.
I mean, hey, look, I think Keegan could be a great synchronized swimmer as well.
All right. Up next, last but certainly not least, Darren Yappy. What do you got for the Yapster?
This is the one I'm struggling on the most. What do you got on Yappy?
He is insanely athletic.
Yep.
Young kid. So I feel like I want to give him skateboarding. He's probably way bigger than any skateboarders. That doesn't feel right. But he's the youngster on the team, you know? It's like, to me, that fits, but it doesn't feel right.
Yeah, you know what? The other one that feels very weird, but I just feel like Yappy is a very fun dude. Obviously very competitive, and that just seemed very table tennis to me. I feel like Yappy would beat the crap out of someone at table tennis.
Well, actually, we didn't give it to Maxu. Yappy's also huge with crazy long arms. Volleyball might be perfect for him, right?
Yeah, volleyball would be good. Go volleyball?
Wisconsin says decathlon. I couldn't tell you half the sports in a decathlon if I tried.
I bet you could come up with 5.
Maybe. You run, you jump, you do some stuff.
There's 3.
Yeah, there you go. That's 3. Try stuff. No, I think volleyball's perfect for him.
All right, let's go volleyball. I dig it.
Or water polo with those arms.
Gosh, water polo would be good for him too.
No, we're going. We decided volleyball. He would spike he would spike the shit out of that ball, dude. I love that for him. All right, we did it. Olympic Rapids. Bang, bang. How you feel about the list?
I feel good.
Unimpeachable list.
Yeah, definitely not arguable at all.
0 chance you could even try.
The ultimate argument settler.
Yeah, there you go. Tomorrow night, tune in. After the game, we will be live, as always.
Leagues Cup
post game. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. Last year,
tournament time, man.
Last year we got Brendan Vogt in the office. Leagues Cup pilled. Who can we get this year? Stay tuned to find out. Very excited. Hit that like button. Duane, go ahead and plug us out of here.
Hey, wherever you are listening and or watching, jump in. Hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Give us a like. Wherever you're listening, if there's an option to give us a 5-star review, jump in. Help us out. We love that stuff. It certainly helps us be able to continue to create content for you and be able to hang out with you a couple times a week and talk Rapid soccer. So jump in, give us a hand, and we'll keep doing this.
Yeah, absolutely. Likes everywhere. Thumbs up everywhere right now on
all
this.
those things.
If you're watching, thumbs up, subscribe. We're trying to get to 100K. We're right there. Right, you can smell it. Like a winner's lounge incoming, you can smell 100K We want it so bad. So bad. Like and subscribe. Become a diehard at thednvr.com. It supports this show. It supports Avs, which is up next. All the shows on the network, all the reporters and writers and sales team and events team and merch, everything. It's all supported by diehards like you. So that gets you behind the paywall to content, discounts at the bar on your bar tab, gets you discounts on merch, gets you free merch, gets
events.
You early access to events, all sorts of stuff. Diehards do it better than anybody else.
Perfect timing. We're getting right into the best part of MLS.
3 football camps between Rams, Buffs, and Broncos.
You've got NFL starting. You've got NBA and NHL
right around the corner.
On their heels.
Yeah.
Like, it's all happening right now. There's no better time to jump in and become a diehard than right now.
Do it. More important than all of that, the way we always end it, baby. Going into Leagues Cup. Let's get that dub.
Let's go.
Up the pits.
We all silly like the mayor.